96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning this morning and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, your station for fresh news, smart talk all day. It is Friday, the 5th of April, 2024, and you're on the clock with Erin, Greene. It's a Sports Friday. We missed our Sports Friday last week because of the holiday. I'm sure nobody is upset. Everybody loves a holiday, but we've got lots to catch up on. I want to remind everyone about the South Out and Walkathon, Hannah Hasty Times, tomorrow morning, Saturday, April the 6th at St. John's College campus. The walkathon starts at 7 a.m. We have two routes marked out for everyone. One is an on-campus route. The second route will take us from Bishop Eldon Drive to Bethel Avenue to JFK to Christie Avenue to McKinney Avenue, to Johnstone Avenue, to Bethel Avenue, to Bishop Eldon Drive. For my ticket winners, my three South South ticket winners yesterday, your tickets will be available for pickup today at the Guardian, or you can come to St. John's campus tomorrow morning. Present your name and cell phone number, and you can collect your Souths. Forms and tickets can be collected from executive committee members. You can call 424-7228 or 455-7242. We've got lots of news to talk about this morning. I want to say good morning to my uncle, Ruzi Gadet. Good morning, sir. How are you doing? Yesterday's trivia, I asked who is the only woman to be awarded the Order of National Hero. The answer to that question was Dame Doris Johnson. We had a number of answers. Most of them were incorrect. When I gave the clue that the individual is a dame, we had Ivy Dumont, Janet Bostwick. We left one dame off the list, and that is Dame Alberta Magdalena Isaacs. Her maiden name was Hannah. She's born on 18th of April, 1900. She passed from this realm the 1st of August, 1997. She was a Bahamian teacher and tennis player, along with women's rights activist and politician. After a career as an elementary school teacher, she played on the international tennis circuit, winning both singles and doubles titles in the 1930s. She's a phenomenal woman. She was the second woman to be appointed as a senator in the Bahamas and the first woman to be awarded the honorary title of Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire. An annual trophy awarded at the Commonwealth Caribbean Lawn Tennis Championship bears her name. In 1975, Isaacs was honored by the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association when they created an annual award bearing her name. The Dame Bertha Isaacs Trophy is awarded at the Commonwealth Caribbean Lawn Tennis Championship to the female player who has demonstrated the highest standard of court behavior, quality of play, and sportsmanship. What a fabulous, fantastic woman. After around a decade in education, she left and pursued a career as a professional tennis player. She was a co-founder of the Gym Tennis Club of Nassau. Throughout the 1930s, Isaacs competed in international tennis events. By 1934, she was ranked number 13 on the U.S. Tennis Tour and was a title holder in Florida, Georgia, and Nassau. She played both singles and doubles, winning the singles match in 1934 and doubles in 1937 at the Southern Open Championship held at Tuskegee Institute with her American doubles partner Lillian Spencer. What a phenomenal woman, not just for her achievements in education, in politics, but also her achievements in sports. Another quick story. Williams passes on, funeral set for April 13th. That was in yesterday's Guardian. One of the pioneers of the art of distance running in the country and an advocate for the poor and needy has passed. Sam Williams, aptly called the Marathon Man, died in hospital last week at the age of 71. Williams was the country's premier distance runner in the 1970s and 80s, winning a number of events locally and abroad, on the road and on the track. Williams dominated the long-distance running circuit in the Bahamas for more than a decade. Internationally, he competed in the New York Marathon in New York City, New York. Williams was one of the first members of the Baintown Flyers, joining that club at the age of 17. Apart from running, he was the founder and past president of the Bahamas Loving Care Association, a nonprofit group that looked out for the poor and less fortunate with various acts of kindness and assistance. Additionally, through the Bahamas Loving Care Association, Williams has contributed to wheelchair accessibility in public buildings, the availability of lifeguards on public beaches, and sign language on television for the hearing impaired, just to name a few. Williams is survived by 5 children and other family members and friends. His funeral is set for Saturday, April 13th at Church of God Temple on 2nd Street, Coconut Grove, starting at 10 a.m. Another running story, Blades cuts new trail in marathon running. Bahamian veteran marathon runner Siobhan Blades recently completed the Tokyo Marathon, concluding her second trek of the Abbott World Marathon Majors circuit. The marathon majors comprise the 6 largest and most prestigious marathons in the world, namely the Chicago, New York, Boston, London, Berlin, and Tokyo marathons. Blades was one of only 6 Bahamians to initially earn the Abbott 6-star medal. That means she completed all 6 of those races. She has now raised the bar by becoming the first local marathoner to earn the coveted Abbott 6-star medal 2 times, completing all 6 marathons twice. She began her journey toward earning her first Abbott 6-star medal in 2010 with the Chicago Marathon, years before the creation of the 6-star medal challenge. A total of 56 marathons and ultramarathons, an ultramarathon is a minimum of 31 miles, are now a part of Blades' legacy, and she says she has no plans to stop running now. Blades has also completed more than 25 half marathons, both locally and internationally. Congratulations, Siobhan Blades. Another congratulatory story. It's very brief. I don't think there's been enough local coverage of this story. I think we are remiss. And I think this particular individual deserves a national award akin to that given to Devin Charlton. International Player of the Year of the 2023-2024 Women's Chinese Basketball Association. This story was covered by our News 25th of March. Jonquel Jones has been named the International Player of the Year of the 2023-2024 Women's Chinese Basketball Association season. She averaged 23.5 points, 12.3 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 1.5 steals Her team, Inner Mongolia, finishes number 1 in the season standing. Jonquel Jones led her team, Inner Mongolia, to the number 1 seed, the number 1 spot in China this year, and she received the International Player of the Year award. Congratulations, Jonquel. Congratulations. You know, we were all sad that you missed the WNBA championship by points, but this is surely a signal of your tremendous talent, drive, and of course, discipline. Over last weekend, Bahamian athletes participated in Carifta Athletics and Carifta Aquatics. Let's start with Carifta Athletics. I'm going to read from the article, Carifta Games. Team Bahamas captures 33 total medals in the Nassau Tribune on the 2nd of April. Team Bahamas dominated the field events at the 51st Carifta Games hosted in St. George's, Grenada, for their 5th straight second-place finish over the Easter weekend. Last year's host country had a total of 33 medals, including 9 gold medals, 13 silver medals, and 11 bronze medals. Jamaica won the Carifta Track and Field Championships for the 38th year in a row, collecting 83 medals, which included 44 gold medals, 23 silver medals, and 16 bronze medals. Trinidad and Tobago was third on the medal standings with 27 medals. The next article, field athletes take home 23 out of 33 medals. Team Bahamas reeled in 33 medals, but a closer look would reveal the 23 medals came from athletes that stepped up to the plate in the field events. In fact, not only did the field athletes take home a majority of the medals for the Bahamas at the Karani James's Athletics Stadium, but 3 Carifta records are now owned by a pair of pole vaulters and a javelin thrower. Team Bahamas returned home with 9 gold medals, 13 silver medals, and 11 bronze medals. 8 out of the 9 gold medals belong to Brendan Vanderpool pole vault, Joshua Williams under 17 boys long and high jump, Jakaya Roll under 17 girls long jump, Tasha Stubbs under 20 girls javelin throw, Caden Cartwright under 20 boys javelin, Dior Ray Scott under 17 girls javelin, and Anaya Roll girls pole vault. A trio of Bahamians also paired their gold medal performances with new Carifta records. Dior Ray Scott removed her teammate Kamara Strawn's former Carifta record of 46.07 meters in the under-17 girls javelin throw and posted a new mark of 52.53 meters over the weekend. Anaya Roll is now a co-Carifta record holder, but the sole gold medalist in the girls' pole vault open. She cleared St. Lucia's Nia Jules' former Carifta pole vault record of 2.80 by notching a 2.90 mark. Brendan Vanderpool did it again. Vanderpool, boys pole vault, surpassed his former Carifta and national record of 5.06 meters and moved it up to 5.30 meters at his final Carifta Games. Congratulations, Brendan. The Bahamas collected 8 out of the 13 silver medals, and more than half of the 11 bronze medals counted were secured in the field events. Another quick story as we wait for our friend who we haven't had in studio in a hot minute, Mr. Eric Sawyer III. Quick story, Carifta controversy, Dramico Archer addresses the drama. The regional meet had its fair share of complications along the way, but none bigger than the blatant blunder committed by officials during the under-20 boys 4x4-meter relay event. The stage was seemingly set for the quartet of Zion Shepherd, Aiden Kelly, Giovanno Bridgewater, and Berkeley Munnings to jockey for a top 3 podium spot in the event's finals as the team managed to qualify with the second fastest time of 3 minutes 12.51 seconds in the preliminaries. However, the Crifton Meet and Final Track event was marred after officials fired the first shot to start the relay, but the gun was then fired again, indicating that the race should stop. The Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, along with Antigua and Barbuda, stopped running after leaving the blocks and hearing the second shot, but Jamaica, Grenada, Guyana, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines continued the race. Despite the crowd's loud pleas to stop the race, officials allowed the full 4x4 relay to continue, even after the first exchange. Following the completion of the relay event, officials deliberated for a few moments and opted to allow the Bahamas, Antigua and Barbuda, and Trinidad and Tobago to run again. The relay team ran 3:11.13, which would have earned them a bronze medal in the event, but ultimately they were disqualified due to a line infringement. Also in the story, the BAAA's president addressed the speculations regarding whether sprinters Carlos Brown Jr. and Jeremiah Adley were unable to compete in the 200-meter heats on Sunday morning due to injury or another reason. Both athletes were unable to compete for the under-20 boys 4x1 relay team. I'm hoping that we hear more from the BAAAs about both of these issues. The former, so we the general public can get a better sense of the rules that govern Carifta track. And for the latter, so athletes in particular can get a better sense of the rules that govern the arena they compete in. We say congratulations to the entire Carifta athletics team. To the field team, a hearty congratulations. And to the track team, we say good on you. Very good presentation. And then we ask, what is it that we have to do to move out of second place? Is second place satisfactory? I had a twinge when I read this headline, or when I read the first line of this article from the Carifta Games story. Team Bahamas dominated the field events at the 51st Carifta Games hosted in St. George's, Grenada for their 5th straight second-place finish over the Easter weekend. I'm not sure if we're supposed to be celebrating second place in that way. Perhaps the reason that we are unable to move out of second place is because we've told ourselves that second place is satisfactory. We have convinced ourselves that we cannot beat Jamaica. And perhaps the beginning of the shift is to tell ourselves that we can beat Jamaica, and then to begin working towards that end. But the performance by the field team warrants the question, should the Bahamas begin to divert the majority of its resources to the field side of athletics? Is this now where we need to shift our focus, our energy, our resources? Do we need to start encouraging young people to participate? Is the pole vault going to be the Bahamas' specialty? Can we turn the Bahamas into the field capital of the world, if not just the Caribbean? We say congratulations again to the Carifta Athletics team on an awesome showing. We know that we can beat Jamaica with the right effort. Great show as usual, Miss Greene. We celebrate when our kids graduate with a leaving certificate, so people will celebrate second place. So Texter, is it a culture greater than athletics that has to be shifted? Right? Is this a symptom of the political culture, where it appears as if political parties are prepared to settle for second place, where they have convinced us that you're still a winner if you're in second place? Maybe it's all about the attitude. In the same way we should not be telling ourselves that a D is satisfactory, we should not be telling ourselves that second place is satisfactory. But again, that critique does not negate the tremendous effort put forward by our Bahamian students, our young athletes. Again, we say congratulations to them. Now it's time to jump into the pool. 6th straight, Team Bahamas wins 2024 Carifta Swimming Championships. As expected, Team Bahamas completed its dominance of the 2024 Carifta Swimming Championships with its 6th consecutive victory and the 8th out of the past 9 titles. After 4 exciting days of competition, Team Bahamas accumulated a total of 1,096.5 points, well ahead of the Cayman Islands. In fact, almost doubling the Cayman Islands' points. They had 660. Trinidad and Tobago came in third at 639, Jamaica in fourth with 559, and Barbados rounded out the top 5 with 486.5 points. Team Bahamas collected a total of 102 medals, including 34 gold, 39 silver, and 29 bronze. Trinidad and Tobago finished second in the medal count with 56 medals, 24 gold, 15 silver, and 17 bronze, while the Cayman Islands came in third with 48 medals, 18 gold, 11 silver, and 19 bronze. The focus now shifts to Trinidad and Tobago for the hosting of next year's Carifta and the quest for 7th heaven for Team Bahamas. Another story coming out of Carifta Aquatics. Sanders, Team Bahamas, competes in open water. Bahamian Giada Bertoldo came away with the 16 to 18 girls title in the open water event at the Carifta Aquatics Championships, which wrapped up on Wednesday at Goodman's Bay Beach. Bertoldo survived the grueling 5,000-meter course, clocking the winning time of 1 hour, 10 minutes, 13.55 seconds. She summed it up as mental. Other Bahamians who competed in that category were Alana Murray and Layla Saidi. Murray was 6th and Saidi finished 7th. Malcolm Menzies, who swam in the 16 to 18 boys division, was the first Bahamian to finish the course. Menzies, who is also a triathlete, clocked 1 hour, 6 minutes, 30.71 seconds to finish 7th in his division. The Cayman Islands duo of Connor McDonald and Dominic Hilton finished 1st and 2nd, respectively. McDonald swam in 1 hour, 2 minutes, 29.62 seconds, and Hilton clocked 1 hour, 2 minutes, 30.54 seconds. The Bahamas' Donald Sanders Jr. finished 8th in his division. He swam 1 hour, 6 minutes, 53.21 seconds. A great effort. And Daniel Ferguson was the other Bahamian in the 16 to 18 boys category, and he placed 11th. Miles Saunders came close to winning a medal in the 14 to 15 boys division. He finished fourth in 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 31, just under 31 seconds. Also representing the Bahamas in that division were William Farrington and Damari Butler. Farrington swam 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 22.39 seconds to place seventh, and Butler posted a time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 38.24 to finish in 11th place. There were three Bahamians in the 14 to 15 girls division: Alexia Zatarain, Madison Gilbert, and Alyssa Burrows. Zatarain finished eighth after posting a time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, 21.03 seconds, while Gilbert posted a time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, 46.43 seconds for ninth place. Burrows struggled but finished the race in 1 hour, 35 minutes, 3.74 seconds. The 19 and over boys was an exhibition race, and in that event, Bahamian Jack Barr swam 1 hour, 8 minutes, 15.40 seconds. Again, next year's Carifta Aquatics is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. Congratulations to the Carifta Aquatics team. We knew you were going to do it. It's an honor to call your names, and I think the country should know who you are, because you are putting the country on the map. Again, congratulations to all of the participants in the 2024 Carifta Aquatics Championships. I do have a question I want to throw out on the table. I have not touched any of the medals, any of the awards given at this year's 2024 Carifta Swimming Championships. If you have seen them or touched them, if you made them, call in. I want to ask you a question. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, 242-300-5720 for Family Island residents. It's toll free. Text line 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. There was definitely a picture of the medals online to be seen. They look wonderful, but I'd like to know, what are they? And what is the rationale? Why did we decide to not give the traditional medal at this year's Carifta Aquatics Championships? I just want to ask you a question. If you have seen them, if you have one, if you touched one, I want to know, tell me about it. Do you like it? Would you have preferred a medal? Is this emblem, this symbol, an appropriate representation of the Bahamas? Again, congratulations to the 2024 Aquatics team for their sixth straight championship. I want to another quick story before we get into NCAA and NBA news. VJ Edgecombe and Donovan Freeman fall to East 88-86. Bahamians Valdez, VJ Edgecombe, and Donovan Freeman took the court for the 2024 McDonald's All-American game at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas on Tuesday. The Bahamian duo fell to the East 88-86. Bimini native VJ Edgecombe chipped in 9 points and shot 4 for 8 from the field. He managed to pull down 5 rebounds and block 2 shots in 22 minutes played. Meanwhile, Syracuse commit Freeman scored 6 points after knocking down 2 triples in 13 minutes played. He also picked up 1 rebound and 1 steal in the contest. Edgecombe and Freeman joined a short list of Bahamians to play in the game, including our very own DeAndre Ayton and Harbor Island's LaShawn Higgs. Congratulations, VJ, and congratulations, Donovan. And we look forward to what I hope is your eventual addition to the Bahamian men's national basketball team. Congratulations. Producer, let's go to a break. When we get back from the break, we're going to look at some of today's news in today's papers, and then we're going to talk NBA and NCAA action, find out how far Bahamians have advanced in March Madness this year. You're on the clock with Erin Greene. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
You know what going down tomorrow?
Nobody, what happening?
Joe bringing these knives to school. He could do Junior in.
For what?
Well, he fooled with Joe girl.
Mother sick. And you know Junior don't back down for nothing. So that means you got a big fight tomorrow.
So whose side you on?
Side? I trying to stay in school, not Simpson Pen. We gotta tell somebody about this fight.
Tell somebody. I ain't no snitch. I mean cool, you know.
Wait, if you so cool, then you need to stay in school and stay out of the fight.
Yeah, but if I don't hang on Joe's side, him and these boys coming for me next.
Alright, so we definitely gotta tell somebody. We gotta prevent the fight.
What I say, I don't want nobody call me snitch.
We could just call Crime Stoppers. You could report what you know, and nobody gotta know it's you.
So how did I boy?
All you gotta do is call them, or you text them through the Crack Crime Bahamas app, and nobody can know it's you.
Then the police come looking for me for more info, and when they finish with them, Joe them coming looking for me?
When you call Crime Stoppers, the call go directly to Miami, and they don't ask nothing about you. Then you can get the pen from them, and you can claim a reward later using that same pen.
Plus, everything's scrambled, so nobody can read what you're saying.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your gal. Come witness history in the making at the 2024 World Athletic Relays Chase the Sun, Paradise to Paris, happening here in Nassau, Bahamas. Hundreds of the best runners from more than 40 countries will compete for their place in the 2024 Paris Olympics, May 4th and 5th at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. Get your tickets early at worldrelaysbahamas24.org or at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium box office.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport Convenience Stores, Western Bakery, De Gregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News sales representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
Good morning and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. You're on the clock with Erin Greene on the Sports Friday with Eric Sawyer III. He is trying to make his way to the microphone as we speak. I really want to get his input on the end of the NBA season and what we can look forward to in the playoffs. I think teams got between, 8 and 10 games left to close out the year. But before we get there, we turn into today's Nassau Guardian, the sports section. Burroughs duo reinstated. Bans lifted. They can return to national team duty with immediate effect. Less than a year after the father and son duo, Gregory Burroughs Sr. and Gregory Burroughs Jr. received bans from baseball in the Bahamas, the Bahamas Baseball Association has announced that it is lifting those bans with immediate effect. The announcement came in a press statement late Wednesday. Quote, the decision has been made after the BBA's deliberations and discussions with the relevant parties concerning the events that occurred during the Babe Ruth 2023 Caribbean Championships. The association is confident that correct measures were undertaken by the relevant parties in a spirit of cooperation and act of true sportsmanship for the continued advancement of baseball as a unified sporting community within the Bahamas. Close quotes, the statement read. Guardian Sports reached out to the BBA and was told they had no further comment on the matter, but that lifting the bans was in the best interests of baseball in the Bahamas. Greg Sr. declined to comment on the ban reversal. Efforts were made to contact Greg Jr., but there was no response. This is a total 180-degree move from the BBA after it handed down the gauntlet on both senior, on both Greg Sr., a former political candidate of the Progressive Liberal Party, received a 5-year ban. Greg Jr. got a hefty 15 years in August 2023. The ban prohibited them from national team duties and the representation of the Bahamas internationally in baseball for the foreseeable future at that time. The bans were handed out because the duo received penalties for infractions the association deemed inappropriate, damning and damaging to the image of baseball, and by extension, in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. For his role in the incident involving umpire Elaine Canister of Curacao, Greg Jr. was banned for 15 years from all local and international baseball competition in any capacity, including and not limited to player, coach, manager, official, executive, and organizer in the Bahamas. The BBA stipulated that he could appeal to the BBA to be reinstated after serving 10 years of the suspension. The ban stemmed from their actions at the 2023 Babe Ruth Caribbean Baseball Championship and Invitational at the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium. Greg Jr., who was the manager of the Bahamas' 16 and under team, voiced his displeasure with a decision made by home plate umpire Canister in a semifinal game between the Bahamas and Puerto Rico, which led to him being ejected from the game. Greg Sr. is the commissioner of Babe Ruth Baseball Caribbean Region and was the head of the protest committee for the tournament. According to Canister, Greg Sr. interrupted the umpire in the performance of his duties in an effort to defend and protect his son. It was also revealed that Greg Sr. demanded the replacement of the umpires in the game, thereby overstepping his boundary as the commissioner of Babe Ruth Baseball Caribbean Region. The Bahamas lost the game to Puerto Rico 6-5 and ended up playing North Netherlands in the bronze medal game. They won that game 8-0. It's a very interesting story. Again, I think it's important that the BBA, the Bahamas Baseball Association, share with the public the reasons why the ruling was reversed or overturned or amended. Was it reversed? Was it amended? Is this an indication that the relevant committees feel that no offense actually occurred, particularly given the initial ruling was that Burroughs Jr. would have the right to appeal after 10 years? What has changed from them then to now? What has changed in between this time for what appears to be a reversal and not merely an amendment of the ruling? What is the contribution that Burroughs and Sr. make, Burroughs Jr. in particular, that would warrant a reversal of the decision? Is the entire national baseball plan strategy dependent on the participation of Burroughs Jr. and Burroughs Sr.? I think it's important for the BBA to speak and to release an official report or statement as to the rationale behind the reversal or amendment of the ruling. I think this is extremely important. And we do so to protect the integrity of the space. Doing so protects the integrity of Burroughs Jr., Burroughs Sr., any other local officials, leaders, coaches, and most importantly, the athletes themselves. It's not just enough to say that you've, quote unquote, reversed the ruling, that you've amended the ruling. I think it's important to tell us why you have amended the ruling. What is the role or function that both Burroughs Jr. and Sr. respectively hold, play, operate in the local and international, regional, international baseball arena, pun intended? It's important for us to know. It's important for us to know what the desired and required skill sets are. What talent is required to fill these spots? Because Burroughs Jr. and Sr. cannot hold these positions forever. Surely we have succession planning in place, where the focus is not on the individual, but the office that the individual holds. Maintaining the integrity of the office or the space they hold is more important than the person that holds it. It is a very, very interesting story, and I hope to hear more from the BBA and the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Culture on the matter soon, very, very soon. So we got a caller on the line. Producer, let's go to that caller. Good morning, caller.
So you mean to tell me people actually upset that Caitlin Clark beat Angel Reese in the NCAA Women's Tournament? I'm glad Angel Reese got beat. I'm out too hard. You win one last year by luck. You know, UConn was kind of injured. And you sneak that one and all of a sudden you're out hard. Anyway, good morning.
Good morning, sir. First of all, I am almost offended by your commentary. I could be upset that Ristos got beaten. I can't be upset.
No, I'm out too hard.
But
wait until you beat her first. The woman have all of the points in NCAA women's history. She's the number one scorer.
Mm-hmm.
Going out there annihilating people every week, week in, week out. You know, she's the national star. You still haven't up your mouth with her?
Yes, of course.
And she ain't beat you by 1 or 2, you know. That was handily beaten, you know.
I mean, tell me.
The game was over with like 3 minutes left.
At the same time, though, here's where my critique is. What was her behavior post the loss? How did she behave post the loss?
She's going to the WNBA now and, you know, likes to thank LSU and its fans for everything that they've done for her and organization and team. She's going to do her best to come back to help those that are coming after her to lead the LSU Tiger Pride power to the level that they were at last year and blah, 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 blah. You get beat. You get embarrassed, and now you can run to the WNBA. A little early, that's fine. You know, I mean, fellas in the NBA doing it, right? No problem.
I mean, LeBron left high school, went to the NBA.
Right, exactly. LeBron, KD, KG, and Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no problem there. I ain't gonna beef with that. But boy, her tail was between her leg when she gave that little interview, boy. Mm-mm.
But I mean,
no, I'm out there. I wish Caitlin Clark and her team all the best and blah 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 blah.
But isn't that healthy?
Say the right thing.
Isn't that healthy? Like you bring the bravado on the court, you bring all the heat on the court, but then you moderate your behavior appropriately after a win or a loss. After
a win, she doesn't moderate anything except making sure her moderation is louder.
So you're saying because she's a poor winner, we don't care if she's a humble loser.
Correct.
Okay.
She's a poor winner.
I could appreciate the critique. So you telling me that Clark beat them to kick them out the tournament?
Of course, from last week, from last week Monday. Yeah, last Monday.
Yeah. They didn't make it. LSU made it all the way to the Elite Eight.
Yeah. From last Monday. Yeah, they got beat from last Monday, yeah.
South Carolina, UConn, Oregon State, Southern California, NC State, Texas.
Boy, but that Southern California team, boy, I don't know. They ain't got beat in 2 years, you know.
You think they're going to take it?
Boy, well, there's a good chance. I mean, don't get me wrong now. I put up for Caitlin just because, you know, it's her last year. She's going to the WNBA, you know.
And she's tremendous.
And she's very humble.
And Jonquil Jones needs some competition.
Right. And Jonquil needs some competition. And Jonquil having a good time overseas.
Yeah, man. I announced it at the top of the show.
Everybody a foot shorter than us, so she's just doing it.
I mean, Inner Mongolia took the number 1 spot in China.
Yeah.
This year,
yeah,
she got International Player of the Year. I don't want people stuck on her. Absolutely. WNBA doesn't get as much, I think, coverage as it deserves, but Jonquil is doing a fantastic job on the court, whether it's in the U.S. or in China.
It really don't, because it took a while to get the WNBA, you know, going, you know, because in the early days you had the Rebecca Lobos and the Lisa Leslies, you know, the Cheryl Swoops of the world. You had them in the early days, and then there was a little lull there in between, you know. I mean, you had the Candace Parkers and whatnot, you know.
And the Griner, Brittany Griner.
Yeah, you know, Griner was pretty good for a while, and then, you know, of course the news hit with the oil, and she was locked up and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But had Kobe and his daughter not died, but the WNBA would have been mainstream right now, because Kobe was intending to pump some of those millions and millions of dollars into
the WNBA.
Into the WNBA.
Wow.
You know, that so right now, Caitlin Clark is a breath of fresh air, you know, being so humble, the same way how his daughter was, you know, just wanting to play ball, keep her head down, you know, don't look left, don't look right, just look forward.
Now,
you know,
Caitlin brought a healthy amount of smoke to the court. But, Sawyer, we have a caller on the line, and I'm sure they're waiting to engage you. Let's go to that caller. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Erin. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How you do?
Oh, I'm doing well.
Good.
I wanted to congratulate swimming team in track and field.
Absolutely.
They did a wonderful job.
They have done. Even on the athletic side, right? While I want to say firmly that we're not going to say that second place is satisfactory, we will celebrate the effort put forth by our athletes.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think Mr. Youth mentioned the 50-meter pool for Grand Bahama. That is needed because a lot of the great athletes came from Grand Bahama too.
Yep.
Who's on the swimming team.
Absolutely. In fact, in today's Tribune headline, Grand Bahama athletes go home with multiple Carifta medals. And I think, you know, this is the challenge of an archipelagic nation, right? The equal and equitable distribution of resources. And sometimes that means you determine which islands, all islands should have a basic level of facilities, which islands get advanced levels of facilities. How do we move student athletes from island to island so that they can be entrenched in their expert discipline? All of these things are things that the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture have to think about in terms of developing a sporting competitor, a nation of sports.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Pumpkin Eater, I got your March Madness.
Yeah.
And I got Sawyer on the phone for you.
So, who you going for?
My heart says Caitlin Clark, but my gut is telling me say South Carolina once again.
I agree with you.
And on the men's side, and let me tell you something, UConn got a good program, They got the men's and women's in the Final Four.
Absolutely.
But on the men's side, ultimately, NC State can get beat. UConn once again. UConn once again.
Don't forget on Erin Greene, I think I remember, I said South Carolina all the way.
Yep, you did. That's for the women, though. South Carolina in the Final Four for the women's side. We've got South Carolina, NC State, Iowa, and UConn. The Final Four on the men's side, we've got
That's right.
Alabama, Purdue, NC State, University of UConn.
Yeah, UConn and NC State are doing very well with their programs. But
yeah, they're doing very well.
Well, but let me tell you something. Great run there by the Crimson Tide,
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe they actually have a basketball program because we all know about their football program.
Yeah.
But they got beat from UConn.
They're going to get put up by UConn. So you think it's going to be NC State, UConn on both sides, or you think it's going to be Iowa on the women's side? It's going to be Iowa, UConn.
Iowa, UConn. No, Iowa and South Carolina, sorry.
Iowa and South Carolina, okay. Pumpkin Eater. Oh, Pumpkin Eater's gone. My bad. All right, so a quick wrap-up of Bahamians, news on Bahamians in the NCAA March Madness. This is from the 25th of March, and I've got some updated info in it. Ole Miss Rebels lost to number 2 Notre Dame, kicking them out of the tournament. They lost 71-56. Wisconsin Badgers lost to the James Madison Duke 72-61. And the Creighton Blue Jays beat the Oregon Ducks to advance to the Sweet 16 round, where the Tennessee Volunteers ousted them 82-75. We say congratulations to all of the Bahamians in March Madness this year. Next year, we know you're going to push it even further. But Sawyer, it's NBA time. We got a few, we are all out of time. Sawyer.
Hey.
How many weeks we have left before the playoffs?
We got about 2 weeks left. Yes, sir.
All right, listen, the Suns are in 6th place in the West. 76ers are in the 8th spot in the West. That's as of yesterday.
But the Sixers finally got Embiid back on Tuesday night. They can be okay.
They can be all right.
Yeah, they won Tuesday. They won last night. They beat the Heat last night.
All right.
They can be okay.
All right. I was a little concerned over the last 2 weeks. They dropped a little bit, but I see they're picking.
There was no Embiid for the last 2 months. So, with Embiid back, Buddy looks to get that ball a lot more at the 3-point line.
Now,
he's a tiger.
Follow up on Kai. The only thing I could find was that he became a free agent. So this is about 12 days ago. He became a free agent after his 10-day contract with the 76ers. So he's still in the NBA. Do you think he's going to get picked up?
Well, it'll be a great story if the Sixers win the championship. Kai gets a ring anyway, He played for the team.
What? Buddy, he'd be like, you remember the song by Ronnie Butler, Titanic and Shine? There you go. Kai, you were in the right place at the right time every time.
At the right time. That's all.
Anyway, Kai, we say congratulations to you on your return to the NBA. We know you never left basketball. And we're glad to see you there with Buddy Buckets. He's a Bahamian ambassador, not just to the outer world, to the Bahamians as well. And we say good on you, buddy. Congrats to Eric Gordon getting so far with the Suns. The Warriors, do they have a chance? They're in the 10th spot as of yesterday evening.
Draymond Green needs to hurry up and tighten up his socks and stop being the class clown. He is the point forward. He's the reason why the offense works the way it does. And, the other day, they were playing the Magic. He gets kicked out 2 minutes into the game. Steph Curry had to have a Superman game to get the win, and he kick over the chairs and like, hey, dog, what happened, mate?
How much of this is theater?
8 years ago when we were young, we getting older now.
How much of this is theater?
I believe it's just they're not on the front page anymore. They're not the top story anymore, and it's bugging Draymond to know it. He needs to be top bill. And he's not the top bill anymore.
Absolutely. Mr. Sawyer, we are all out of time. I'm sorry you joined us so late. I get plenty of NBA to talk. I want to know why Dylan Brooks all around the place shoving people trying to be a Draymond Green. He ain't got the points or the rings.
Yeah, he needs to understand. We already light-skinned. Listen, they already don't. They already don't like the fact that we light-skinned.
Yeah.
Down.
Well, Mr. Sawyer, I gotta go. I'm all out of time. Thank you so much. Again, congratulations to all of our student athletes, Carifta Aquatics, Carifta Athletics.
Oh, yes, the Bahamas Invitational.
Right, and look here, y'all check out today's sports sections about the Bahamas. One of our water polo teams out there, they taking water park into the world. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Remember to come out to the St. John's Walkathon in South, and my ticket winners, you will get contact shortly. You guys have a wonderful day. Guardian Radio AM with C.A. Nuri is up next.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.